Hello, friends. We still have some time. I will see you soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I had to stop the music for 1 second because I have to alt tab. Yeah, okay, fixed it, nailed it. Okay, let me see here. There's something I want to do, but I'm trying to see the best way to do it. Let's do this. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Okay. So let me go ahead and share this. Blah, 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 blah. We're gonna do that one, and then we're gonna do that one. I actually don't know if that one's gonna load. We're gonna find out. Hi everybody, how are you? Buffalo, welcome on in. Emerald Biddy, welcome back. Elder Blue, welcome back. Grim Camel, hello. Very pink lighting. Yeah, I don't know what it is today. I think part of it is because on this side, I have gigantic open windows, and the rest of it is just being lit up by the normal lighting. So for some reason, like, I'm looking very pink on this side, and this side is more natural lighting. Yeah, I got nothing. Maybe I'm also wearing a really like dark blue shirt too, so that's just making me look like a pig. I don't know what it is. He must have gone to Hawaii. Don't I wish? Undot, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all today? How have you been since last week when we last met? Convened. Pink is good. Yeah, I am translucent like Casper the Ghost typically. So this is an improvement, I suppose. All right, let's hop on into here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Oh, it's not going to let me zoom in. I hope you guys can read this okay. I'm going to read through all of it. But this is an update that the devs did for the Winter Wonderland DLC because there were a couple of issues with the main game and with the DLC itself. So they were working, they hit the ground running essentially with the release and already had some of this stuff in the works. But then through the community, there's a couple other things that we spotted, or because they were able to submit crash logs, we were able to start using that. Hello, Winter Riders. That's you guys. We have fixed a few bugs and improved the performance of the Winter Wonderland DLC. And that includes deep snow obstacles were added to missions 2, 6, 14, and 22. Sleigh visual effects were adjusted for deep snow obstacles. Fixed DLC loading images accidentally appearing within the base game, which is kind of funny. If you didn't have the normal game, you were getting DLC loading screens. Collectibles moved to ensure they can be reached in all Christmas market states. Achievement unlocking fixes for Winter Wonderland and the Christmas market specifically. Visual reins fixed for Summer and Winter Mika on the horse. And there were also multiple performance improvements depending on your machine between like 5 and 10 FPS boosts, which is nice. HLODs and WP streaming distance were updated. UDS performance tweaks were added. Triplanar projection performance tweaks were included. Meshes for light resolution changed. Animals fur had issues with casting shadows. That one I didn't know about. That one was interesting. And then horse performance has been updated with a little bit of restructuring. We are galloping straight towards the next patch with more updates. Please let us know what you would like to improve. You can leave a comment here or come into our cozy Discord to discuss the game with all the other writers. That's you guys. You're all the other writers. I'm going to throw this in there if it hasn't already been posted. Perfect. There's the Discord. If you have not joined the Discord, please do so. There is room for everyone there. And then I'm going to switch to Le Game. Bum, 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 bum. Add to game. Perfect. Nailed it. Nail gun. Awesome. When's the next blog for Windstorm Legend of Kimori? So that's a great question, Noella. We have one every single month. You can probably expect it at the end of the month, just like all the others so far. The only ones that were kind of off-centered were when we went to Gamescom. I think they were a little bit delayed, but now they're back on track to being every end of the month. So yeah, you can probably expect it maybe sometime during the holiday season in America next week. That's my guess. That's my guess. It's a really good one. I'm really excited to share that with you. Can't talk too much about it yet, but there's some pretty cool stuff coming. Very exciting. When are you playing PSPO again? I always seem to miss those streams. Buffalo, that's fair. I just did that last week, actually. If you check out our YouTube, you can find all the VODs up there. It's very likely I'll be doing PSPO next week. I kind of do I do a Police Simulator in between whatever other game I'm playing, because Police Simulator is such fun content and it's really what a lot of people know us for. So I'll do like Horsetails, and then I'll do Police Simulator, and then I'll do Windstorm, and then Police Simulator, and then back to Horsetails, then Police Simulator. Sometimes I'll do Police Simulator twice in a row. The main reason I'm playing this one is because this just came out. So I want to give it a little bit of publicity and a little bit of some fun gameplay for people who aren't familiar with it. Okay, we could probably hop right in. Continue game. Nice. I just put all the expansions and DLCs for it. I love the new content. That's awesome, Buffalo. The Highway Patrol expansion alone like breathed a whole new life into the game. It feels like a whole new game with just that simple download. It's quite impressive, actually. Just having the highway systems between all the districts feels like a whole new city. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, we're excited for Legend of Kimori as well. God, and Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator. That'll be coming out first because that's early 2025 for Ambulance Life. So everybody who loves Police Simulator gets to sort of take it to the next level with this one. This is Ambulance Life is definitely for people who like to get their hands dirty. Like, there's no question about that. It is much more grotesque, much more brutal. Really awesome. Really, 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 really awesome. We're super excited for that one. We can't wait to get it in your hands. Did we freeze? Let's see. Let's see. I hear the game still playing. I'm going to force close it and just reload it just in case. I've got the theme song stuck in my head now. It's so good. It's so catchy. It's so much catchier than the original Start of a Great Friendship theme song. It's just like, it's a bop. It is a verified banger, chat. This game saves progress automatically. Really? Continue. We're back, chat. All right, we're gonna let everything load in the background. Yeah, but then shortly after Ambulance Life comes out, we theoretically have the early access for Legend of Kimori, and that's gonna be like a whole new game in itself. Even though it's not a full retail release, like, damn, that's gonna be so much fun. That's the Legend of Kimori is really exciting for us because, one, it's a really ambitious game, so it's something that we've wanted to do for almost a decade now. And it's what we've been leading up to with the first two Windstorm games, Horsetails Emerald Valley Ranch, re-releasing the first Windstorm game to bring all the new Unreal 5 updates to it, adding the DLC on top of that. It's all been leading up to the Legend of Kimori. And I think it's something that Aesir is really excited about. I mean, we have equestrians on the team. It's something that they've been really passionate for a long time for. And, you know, being an open world game in a historical time setting, mixing it in with fabricated lore from the Ostavin series, I think, I don't know, man, I'm really excited about it. I mean, not only is that happening, but then you've got Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator, which is taking everything we learned from the police simulator team and just amplifying it, taking it to the next level and making it more gritty, more realistic, a little more bloody. Both of those releases are going to be massive for Acer Interactive. So if you guys are even remotely excited about it and you haven't yet already, please wishlist those games. It's a really free it's a free way to support the developers because it gives us a gauge on what we can expect for popularity when the game comes out. The more wishlists we have, the more that we can start pushing for budgeting on specific things. If we know that we have enough wish lists to meet a goal, then we can start spending that money on maybe reaching out to influencers who might normally not have been reached out to before, and that'll give us access to another sect of audiences. It's just really cool, and it really helps us plan with budgeting. Maria Kaltenbach, let's go. Mika, I really need your help. What's wrong, Grandma? Is everything okay? Gam. No, not at all. I was driving home from the city now. I'm stuck in the snow and I can't move. But where are you? How are we speaking? If you're stuck in, is this on the cell phone? Do we have cell service at Kaltenbach? Calm down first. How did you manage to get stuck in the snow? Suddenly, deer ran into the road and I had to swerve. Can you bring me the snow chains quickly? That should help me get moving. I'll head out right away. Our car's stuck in the snow. Deer crossing. I love that. Yes, the fact that you disclosed what to expect with EA was really nice. So many EA games get downscored for communication, but we know what to expect, so that's nice. Yes, that's something that's really important to us. So one of the things to keep in mind with our team specifically, Acer Interactive has never had a community team. I've been on the roster for about a year now, just over a year. Wow, I can't believe it's been over a year already. But my job has been, as community director, is to build the community department and communications. It's something that we've lacked with all of our other games because we were at the whims of whatever the publishers were doing. So whatever the publishers chose to do, that's what was going to be done. So now we have the power to take all the necessary steps we want to build our communities and maintain our communities and build those friendships. So two of those major things, I've talked about it before, but I'll talk about it till I turn red in the face, which I'm already pink. But realistically, the first one is radical transparency. So everything that we do, good or bad, we're just going to be upfront about it. And we're going to let you guys know what's going on. I'm getting distracted because my Chrome is freezing. There we go. We're back. It's like showing slideshows of things I've already gone through in the game, and it's like, it's distracting me. So the radical transparency aspect, it allows us to be able to talk about things very candidly, whether or not it's a good thing that happened or whether or not it's something terrible that happened, or things that we haven't done before. So I've talked about it once before, but on streams, something that we would love to do is actually show you under the hood of our games, showing you what makes the Unreal Engine work. Why do cars drive the way that they do? What is the pedestrian doing when it's standing on top of a bus stop instead of on the sidewalk like it's supposed to do? We're going to go into the engine and actually activate the cheats to be able to see exactly what's happening under the hood of Unreal Engine for our games. And I think that's going to be more exciting to do with an early access game like Windstorm Legend of Kimori, because not only are you guys helping build that game from scratch, which is the second pillar I'll talk about in a minute, but you get to see exactly what's happening. And when you make a decision in the game when you make a decision as a community and you decide to vote on a specific thing you want to see in the game, you get to see how that's going to be implemented in the game over time. So it's something that we're really excited about, and it's something that we've never really had the opportunity to do, and it's also something that we don't see a lot of developers doing. A lot of developers seem to be very skittish or scared of showing under the hood of the game. One, because they might be worried that people will judge them for the way the code was built, or specific animations that were used, or strategies that they implemented to make something happen in the game. But also it might be a little bit worried about like giving away confidential data. But I mean, realistically, if you know how to build a game, then nothing we're going to be doing is going to be a surprise, I think. And for people who don't understand game development or aren't familiar with that process, I think seeing that is going to be really eye-opening and just something really unique that we'll be able to showcase as a developer. So it's something that we're really excited about. So that's pillar number one. And the second one I alluded to was collaborative development. So Legend of Kimori is the very first project from its iteration, from its very beginning, where we want the community to be involved in every single step along the way. And that's really important to us because there's always going to be, you're never going to be able to please everybody, but if you can have a democratic discussion about what should be included and what realistically can't be included, whether it's budget constraints or technical constraints, whatever the reason might be, I think it's something that's woefully missing in a lot of communities when it comes down to game development. And I think that it's something I'm really passionate about it personally. So it's really exciting to be able to have this conversation with you guys in the first place. But that's something that's really important with our early access is, of course, there are games that take advantage of that and take your money and run, or never get finished, or over promise and under deliver. But this is something that we always want to be really realistic about and, of course, transparent with, that we want to build the game alongside you. And so you are going to be informed every step along the way in early access. Nothing is going to be a major surprise unless it's like something really amazing. We're like, hey, we haven't told you we've been working on this. Look at this thing we're dropping. But like, besides that, you're going to have regular updates as an early access supporter. And not only that, you're going to get the game probably for cheaper is my guess, because you're not buying the full game early. You're buying whatever it is early, and then it's going to be finished later. So you'll get in on the ground early. On the ground floor early, but then you'll be able to help us build out exactly what the game we all want to be is. And we can't promise we're going to do everything, and we can't promise we're going to do everything right, but I'll be damned if we're not going to try our hardest. Genuinely. I was wondering what Mika was going to do about the being stuck in the snow. Put a tow rope on the tail of a horse and pull the car out. I actually had that thought too, Buffalo. I was like, are we going to leave the car and put grandma in the sleigh? I'm excited for ambulance life too. Yay! Love those strategies. We're all gamers. It's true. It's true. Are you worried about being too transparent? One of the pitfalls of it is you might promise a feature which ends up being out of your scope later down the line. And that's okay, Grim. We've done that before. We've had that conversation where it's like we bit off more than we can chew, and we had to have that difficult conversation. But hopefully the idea is that if it's a consistent update process and we're always having that open conversation, that open discussion, then if something like that does come up, we're going to be transparent about it. And maybe it's something that we can't implement now, but we plan on doing once the budget increases later, or once we reach a certain number of sales so that we can dedicate that number of team members onto whatever it is. Or if we just can't do it at all, we're going to have that difficult conversation. If it's our fault that we did it, we're going to own up to it. But I think what you're going to see a lot of is, or what you're not going to see a lot of is like placing blame. Even if it is our fault, we're going to have the conversation about what happened, and hopefully the conversations that I've been having with our community for the last year, sort of demystifying the game development process and what it is to be businesses inside this industry, has hopefully started to open up a little bit of eyes about why something can't be done. There's always an easy conversation like, why aren't firearms used in Police Simulator? It's like, well, there's a million reasons for that, right? One, it follows our morals. That's what we all decided to do as a publisher and us as the developer, to not include that. Police brutality is a big thing, so we want to make sure that that's never an option in our game. We are the opposite of GTA. We're the anti-GTA in that regard. The character is never placed in a life-threatening situation, so realistically, as the player, there's never a reason to discharge your firearm. So that's two reasons right there. And then the third reason is the game already released as a teen-rated game. Adding the ability to fire your firearm at people would increase that rating even slightly. What does that mean for people who are buying the game, who used to be able to buy the game and now they can't, or who did buy the game because they did fit the age rating and now suddenly they're not allowed to own the game because they're no longer in that age bracket? So like, there's a lot of really weird complications like that. But the end of the day is we just chose not to have that, and there were reasons why we did that. But then there are other things like, you know, Horsetails is a really good example. The development for Horsetails ended pretty abruptly, or at least it felt like it did. Realistically, the contract expired. We're no longer allowed to work on the game anymore. We're not allowed to release any patches. The timeline was set well in advance when the development first started, that both the developer and the publisher have X amount of time to spend on this game. And then after that, they're moving on to other projects. We're moving on to other projects. We've already allocated those people onto other teams based on that strict timeline. But unfortunately, what happened with Horsetails is we ran into a major glitch on the Nintendo Switch because it ran out of memory. It was, we don't know if it wasn't optimized enough or there was just too much information for the Switch to handle. And the vast majority of players who were playing on that, because since the full update, couldn't play the game anymore. It would crash their game saves because they had so much time in those games and so many resources built and so much of the worlds built out that every time they tried to load it, it had a memory explosion and the game would just crash endlessly. So we decided on our own to spend another 6 months of our own money and time trying to come up with a fix for those players, because we knew we couldn't just leave it in the state that it was. And unfortunately, there was really nothing that Microids could do because they had already moved on to other projects based on the contract that we all signed. So there wasn't anybody at fault there. It was just a really unfortunate circumstance. And we didn't have a community team to be able to have this candid conversation about it back then. So
that's why we're having it now and trying to explain what happened back then, because it's a sore spot for a lot of players, and rightfully so. It sucks. It sucked for everybody. It sucked for us. None of our devs were happy about that. You know what I mean? Like, they were really upset that people couldn't play the game, or people were upset about it. And Microids was bummed out that they couldn't continue working on the game too. So we did what we could for 6 months. We optimized the game even more than we ever had before. We changed out some assets to make it a little less load. We lowered the view distance so that it wouldn't have to load as far away as often. We did everything we could, and it looked like a lot of the work we did paid off, but it was never enough, because it really is never enough. They say that a piece of art is never finished, just abandoned. And it feels that way to us sometimes too, when the development cycle of a game finally comes to a close and we have to move on to another project. It's bittersweet. It's great that we had that journey together, but it's really unfortunate that people maybe can't upgrade to a PS5 and therefore can't get one of the newer games. So that's what they're playing, and now they feel like they're not going to get any updates anymore. It's a bummer. It's a bummer all around, and it really sucks. But that's an example of transparency where being as open as possible could have prevented a lot of the animosity that people had about that. So it sucks, but we're taking everything that we learned from all that experience and moving that forward to all of our other projects and ideas and brainstorms, and a lot of our processes might update because of that as well. We might put provisions into contracts moving forward that if something explodes at the end of development, you know, let's all agree to take an extra 6 months to make sure that the game is in a good state before we all move on to our next projects, kind of a thing. Who knows? But that's part of the business side of the industry that a lot of people aren't familiar with. To most lay people or just gamers who aren't familiar with the industry, they thought that, you know, Horsetails was a cash grab and we were just doing it to get money for no reason. It's like, that's not what happened. We would have loved to keep working on Horsetails. Undot worked on Horsetails. That's why horse drifting is in the game, because of Undot. So, I mean, there's a lot of people who didn't want or weren't ready to move on to another project, but it was just time. And it was just an unfortunate circumstance. It was just bad timing. That's it. That's it. That's it. You really don't see that kind of transparency. Seeing things happen as you go is really cool. It's also refreshing to see risks being taken too. I agree for that. I agree with that a lot. Lower price is so appreciated. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know what the prices are going to be yet, but usually that's how it works with early access games. Is you pay, you know, I don't know, $50 for Baldur's Gate 3, and then after 4 years of tremendous development and incredible progress, then the game comes out and it's a $60 game. So you got it for $10 cheaper. You got a little bit of in-game content that other people don't have, and you got the experience of those 4 years without other people. You got to see it from the ground up. You got to see Gale's really ugly face when he started to what he is now, the beautiful, beautiful man he is, Tim Downey. I find this sort of game dev mentality very nice. It's one thing I like with indie games, as indie games tends to be more transparent. I agree, Grim. I've always been an evangelist of indie games. I've always loved, I think there's plenty of AAA games that I love too. Like, I am obsessed with God of War. The Assassin's Creed series was a really big staple of my teenagehood and adult years. But there's something about indie games, man. Like, I always come back. My Steam library, if I could show you guys, is like 800 games large, and like 90% of that is indie titles. You've got Hades and Bastion and Ori in the Blind Forest, and you've got Xenoclash, like really weird stuff. Doki Doki Literature Club. Like, there's so much ingenuity in indie games because people are willing to take risks. They're bringing a vision to life. A lot of times AAA can feel like it's just a cash grab. It can just feel like a carbon copy of a previous result. There's just another Soulsborne game. Sometimes they get it right. Elden Ring is one of those examples where it's like its DLC is up for Game of the Year, which is crazy to even think about. But yeah, I think there's some magic still with indie games, and I think that we're having a big renaissance right now with individual publishers popping up, like Video Game Donkey creating his publishing studio that is now bringing games like Animal Well to life, which is a grand total of like 200 megabytes, 20 megabytes. It's something ridiculously small, and it is such a fascinating game. It's just so cool. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about indie games all day. I love indie games so much. This is a tough request, but no paywalls. I would love to see a game like Himori where everything is earnable through gameplay. I mean, realistically, we're so early in development that I don't even think we've had that talk yet. But I don't think you can expect. You might be able to buy like cosmetics or things like that. I'm not even sure. Like you can with Police Simulator. Part of that is because Astragon chose to have X number of DLC or X number of free cosmetic drops every X number of months, because they have to hit a target, right? They have to show their shareholders, hey, we can make X amount of dollars on the base game and we can make X amount of dollars on DLC if we add that in too. So that way they could lower the cost of the game, but then make up the money on the back end with DLCs over time. So eventually get to whatever number they were hoping to get to without gouging customers up front. And if people really didn't want to pay for the cosmetic DLC, they could just not do it. So I think the way that it was done with Police Simulator made a lot of sense, especially now that so many cars have released. Now you could just buy like the garage pack and get every single car. But yeah, we don't know what DLC, if anything, is going to look like in Legend of Kimura yet. We're so early in development for it that I don't even know if that's been considered at this point. I mean, it probably has. Silly me. I'm sure the businesses have decided what is going to be monetized and what's not going to be monetized, but you're never going to see us try and microtransaction people to death. You're not going to see us trying to, like, I don't know, if you want to buy wood to build a cabin or a yurt somewhere, then you have to pay money to do that. Like, you'll probably never ever, if you see Aesir doing that, then we've probably already failed at that point, because that's not our mentality at all. We respect our community more than anything, because without the community we wouldn't be here. So we're never going to price gauge people like that. Kaltenbach menu, that's how it looked in the office today. Yeah, I'm really jealous actually. We hate microtransactions, all of us. Hi, Sweet Codex, welcome in. How are you? Oh, Smoker, you made it. Welcome. That makes sense. I'd pay extra if the price wasn't extreme, but by paywall, I do just want to see some things being earned. Yeah, that's totally fair, Noella. And we will have that conversation during early access. Believe me, we'll have that conversation. I always feel a bit odd about microtransactions in single player games. It makes more sense in multiplayer. Decently sized DLCs can be nice though, I won't lie, but titles like The Sims or Planet Zoo would be good examples of too small DLCs. Yeah, I don't know. Planet Zoo is an interesting choice, but The Sims, it kind of makes sense, I think. Maybe it's just because it's been so normalized and we expect it with The Sims now, but having individual packs like, you know, adult friendships or animals or college life, all built within the same framework of a single release like Sims 3 or Sims 4. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any price for ambulance life or not yet? Not yet. You would be pinged and notified if there was. There's no date and there's no price yet. Stay tuned. Soon, TM. Have you seen the price if you buy all Sims DLCs for Sims 4? It's insane. Have you seen, oh God, which one was it? I think it's Eurorail Simulator. Maybe. I think it's Eurorail. If you buy every DLC for Eurorail Simulator, it's like $27,000. It's a car, dude. There's so much DLC. It's crazy. You've got like you've got like a million liveries for every single country. You've got new regions to unlock. You've got new cosmetics to add. You've got new characters to unlock. Like, it's like crazy. There's so much content. Okay, let's go into the deer crossing. Poor Maria has been sitting in her car. My car got stuck in the snow. Can you bring me some snow chains so I can keep on driving? Find the car deep in the snow. Ooh, you can hear it. It's like an actual blizzard. $1,194.23 for all Sims 4 DLC, if Google isn't lying. Oh, this is wild. All right, Gam Gam, I'm coming, Gam Gam. Hang in there, don't you quit on me. The office in the afternoon. Where's her jacket? I know, she's just wearing a vest. This is actually a really cool mission. I don't really know what I'm looking for because I see hay bales. Is that it? No, it's a hay bale. Snowman! I don't know if we've discovered this one yet, so I'm going to run by him real quick. Hello, Mr. Snowman. Oh, that's really cool. If you go by the cliffside, the wind stops because it would if you're standing by a cliffside. Okay, there's nothing here. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. And the majority of them are cheese sliced thin. Yeah, if there's not a lot in there, that's a bummer. Don't let Gamma freeze to death in her car. I'm trying, Buffalo. I'm trying. That's a rock. That's also a rock. I mean, you would think she's on this clear road, but I suppose not. That would be too good, I suppose.
Faster, Windstorm.
Yeah, Windstorm. Gam Gam's gonna freeze. We gotta save Gam Gam. Okay, here's the outside of the circle, so we're gonna swing back around this way. Where is she, chat? It might be time to take away Gam Gam's license. Just saying, for her own protection. And maybe everybody else on the road. I mean, maybe part of it is like, I don't really know what I'm looking for. Like, is the car buried? That's a rock over there. Remember that one? It's not here. Oh, there's deer. I'm sure it's not the deer that tried to kill Gam Gam. Ah, there she is. Without you and Windstorm, I probably would have had to wait in the cold for much longer. Thank you very much for the help. You're welcome, Gam Gam! We saved your life, chat. Are you proud? I'm proud. I don't think I could bribe the last horse I took care of out in weather like that. That's fair. It's a smart horse. All right, resilience. Let's go. Let's go. We got an achievement, chat. Let's go. Oh yeah, I maxed that one single stat. That makes sense. How did you help her? So theoretically, I brought her chains for her tires so that she could get through the snow and the ice. Gamma just wanted her port wine and cheese for social club. Can't blame her for braving the weather. I mean, priorities, right? Did you know that we have rabbits around here? Yes, don't we have quite a few around here? Yes, but there's also supposed to be a very special one around here. A white rabbit with red eyes. Albino. Okay, that's pretty cool. Do you know where he is? He's supposed to be hanging around a cave by the hills most of the time. But be careful. I heard he's supposed to be dangerous. Is that supposed to be a reference to Monty Python? Is that supposed to be a reference to Monty Python? Undot, please confirm. Do you know if that's supposed to be a Monty Python reference? How dangerous can a rabbit be? I'll take a photo of him to show you. I've seen some rabbits in front of the cave. Try to take a picture of the white one. Look at that screenshot. That's gorgeous. Good Lord. Stunning. Fabulous. Yes. I forgot what he said. Waterfall? In front of the waterfall? There's like 3 waterfalls in this game. That doesn't really narrow it down. That was before my time, but judging by our general humor, likely. That's fair. I'll have to ask the guys at Sleep Runner. It must be, though. I mean, it has to be. Why would you say a white rabbit is dangerous? And a white rabbit with red eyes? Like, specifically the albino rabbit with fangs from Monty Python. I mean, there's Stan the salesman and Horsetails. That's true. That's true. I almost forgot about Stan. I actually never made that connection. God, this game is so pretty, chat. I love winter. I miss the snow so much. My parents think I'm absolutely crazy, but I miss the snow so much. I'm like a walking furnace. I'm always overheated all the time. I'm constantly sweating. In the winter, I still have my AC on. Los Angeles is brutal for me, man. Let's go this way. We're gonna follow the water as close as we can. Yeah, okay, it is this one straight up ahead. Do I have to be in the water? I guess not really, as long as I can see the subject I'm supposed to take a picture of. Oh, I guess I was supposed to go down there. All right, let's go to the left here. Human! I find a human. Oh. Stop. It takes forever to stop. Like, it just doesn't respond. Like, I'm literally hitting stop. We're not stopping. I'm hitting the trigger. I'm holding the trigger. There we go. First try. Where's the damn rabbit now? There he is. Oh, I know what the problem is. I'm using the joystick. Troy understands now. Beep.
Nice one.
He doesn't look that dangerous, Chad. I'll be real. He doesn't look that dangerous. I could take him. That's a nice photo. You can view your photos in the gallery at any time. Wunderbar. Oh, it is pretty. This morning it was 32 degrees. No snow, though. Just cloudless, cold air. Brutal. Don't underestimate Bugs Bunny. Nah, what's up, Doc? Hey, Mika, have you seen the sledding track yet? Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. The one you were going to show Tinka but forgot about and I had to find instead? Oh, oops. But no, I mean a different one. I bet you can't beat my time on the sled. Well, we'll see about that. Do I have to search for the track myself or will you just show me where it is? I forgot something once and now you're holding it against me. I'll show you the track. Thanks, and then I won't have to search for it myself. Sled track race. Hey Mika, I've got a new record of sled track. Try to beat it. Did you guys make Architect Life a house design simulator? Nope. You asked that question before and I said no. You can see on the Steam page who makes what games. I don't think there's any jumps here, so I might run out of stamina pretty fast. Ooh, some tight turns. That was it? That was it? I'm so confused. Wait. Oh, not sleigh, sledding, like on your body, like a toboggan sled. Oh, I was like, this is like nothing. Where's my sled? Yeah, Smoker, we're not Nacon. So have you tried Sam's course, haven't you? I sure have. Yeah, why do you ask? I like the idea, but I'm not entirely sure if it's safe for the visitors. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a cliffside. That's fair. Why wouldn't it be? Not everyone is as good on a horse as you are, but if you can finish it if you can finish it without easy, without any mistakes, that's a typo, then I guess others can do it as well. I'm sorry. If you can do it, anyone can do it. Is she telling me that I'm terrible on a horse? Is that what my own grandmother is trying to say? Okay, I'll show you how easy and safe it is. I like Sam's idea, but I'm not convinced if it's safe for the visitors. If you hit all the targets without problems, it's fine. All right, it's a snowball mission. Got it. Oh, in a blizzard, apparently, it sounds like. Yes, 100%. All right, thank you, Noella, for validating me. Okay, I almost forgot. Yeah. I think it's too far. Yeah, too far. Still trying to get a feel for it. It's actually really fun to throw the snowballs. Oh! Ah. I'm trying to do it too early. Hey! Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Hey! Yay! Hey, first try. Nailed it. Woo! This is actually a lot of fun, not gonna lie. Hey! I'm amazing, chat. Well, amazing. All my years of Call of Duty paid off. All right, got a dip. Thank you for answering my questions. Lurk time. Grim, thank you so much for stopping by. Maybe we'll see you next week. Thanks for hanging out. If you sprint for too long, Windstorm will need a short break. End the sprint in time. Correct. Maria Kaltenbach. Mika, how do you like the Christmas market? It's nice, but I have a feeling something is still missing. You probably mean the big Christmas tree for the center. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty big staple point. We need a centerpiece. Yes, exactly. A beautifully decorated Christmas tree is missing. If you'd like, you can pick one up with the sleigh from the airfield. Okay, then I'll head out with Windstorm. The big fir tree for the Christmas market has arrived in the airfield. Can you pick it up? I kind of feel like we're surrounded by trees and we probably didn't have to go buy one and transport it in. Could just be me though. Right? Seems kind of weird. Like that time warp, it makes total sense. I agree. It would be impossible to hit the targets otherwise, for sure. The slowdown feels really fun too. It feels very Matrixy. Oh, hands down, my sass never let up. Yeah, Mika has tons of toot. I mean, she's also supposed to be a teenager, so it makes sense. It tracks. But I mean, she definitely gets it from her grandmother because Gam Gam is also quite sassy. Let's be honest. Christmas market delivery. This is quite a distance, actually. I guess it makes sense going from the airfield all the way back to the farm. To the estate. It's quite a distance. All right, we're almost 25% of the way there, chat. If you couldn't tell, I was every music instrument in the soundtrack, obviously. Spitting image, honestly. See? Couldn't even tell it was me. It was uncanny. Frozen lake. Oh, I must have actually accidentally gone around the whole lake. Oh. Oh, okay. That was a little risky. That was a little risky, but paid off. Paid off. Love it. Love that for us. All right, we're halfway there, chat. Which tracks, because now we're in the fields. So, yeah, we're about halfway there. Makes sense. Troy understands now. Wow, did you see that sun reflection on the tractor's window? Even that was really cool. The lighting changes that Unreal 5 offers us compared to Unreal 4 is like, I mean, for lack of a better word, in complete uncreativity, unreal. Like it's astounding how different it is between Unreal 4 and Unreal 5. Okay, all right. Six more. Six more. Reminds me of my teen years. Sass carried over though. Yeah, as it does. They say we never grow up. We just grow old. All right, 4 more. Like even the tarps covered in ice looks really cool. It looks low poly until you realize that they're just bundled. It's actually a really good detail. Ding, 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 ding. The music in this game is so good. It's so good. I mean, yeah, I'm obviously biased because it's my game, but like, it's so good. The Christmas market in all its glory. It looks fantastic. Did I miss anything while I was out to lunch with my dad? A little bit, but I mean, nothing probably that you're too concerned about, Smoker. It's, we talked a little bit about the patch update for this DLC and the base game. We talked a little bit about the community department here at ACER and what that means for all of our past and future projects, stuff that we've got on the horizon. Talked a little bit about early access and what our mentality behind it is. Lots of talks about, you know, ambulance life and what we're expecting out of that game and why we're excited for it and all that good stuff. But yeah, as soon as the VOD is live, Smoker, you can go watch it on YouTube. It'll probably be around like 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. You'll be able to access it. Mr. Khan, the Christmas market looks really beautiful. I'm sure quite a few visitors will come. That will be good for the estate. Now you sound like grandma. Well, the well-being of the estate is important to me too. What do you like best about the market? I heard of Windstorm before, but until the recent development, I didn't really have the courage to check it out, and I honestly should have because I've tried so many horse games that didn't feel real enough or were mobile game ports. Yeah, that's fair, Noella. I didn't know anything about Ostwind or Windstorm before I started working for ACER because I wasn't really exposed to horse games in general, but certainly not like Hallmark family style movies. Not always been my fan. Not always been a big fan of it, but now that I understand the lore behind it, these games actually I appreciate even more than I would have if I didn't know anything about it, because there's a connection there. There's references to the films and the books. And also it's laid the groundwork to what The Legend of Kimori is going to be, because the fabricated lore behind the Ostwind series has always been that they're, you know, the ancient people of Mongolia had the ability of speaking with horses directly. They had a soul connection with horses, which is why they are one of the most well-established horseback riders in the entire planet. In all of recorded human history, they are like one of the premier to this day most proud and powerful horse riders that exist. So it makes sense that the connection that Mika and Windstorm has roots in that ancestry. So it's going to be really cool to explore that in an open world game where you get to explore the lore and the world behind Windstorm. We're excited. And that's why we've warned people ahead of time that, like, don't get too invested in the 13th century Mongolia aspect of it if you're expecting like a historical reenactment of that time period, because between that 100-year span, it could be war torn, it could be incredibly peaceful inside Inner Mongolia. Like it's very different depending on what time in that timeline you're looking at. But also, that's not the focus of the game. The focus on the game is the horses and the connection that Mongolians have to their horses. That's really the connection that we're going to be diving into. And so we have the ability to maybe explore the lore of Ostwind a little more than the historical accuracy of that time period in Mongolia. So it's really cool. We're still building out the narrative and the story for the game, but I'm really excited to see where we end up going with it. I think the big tree is really beautiful, especially because it's so nicely decorated. I want to see the tree. Hello? We delivered the tree and we can't even see it? Chat, hello? Mongolia was an incredibly safe place. Only any other place around wasn't. That's fair. Yes, the lore sucked me in. It's a good setting. I'm huge on story though, so I can't wait to see what y'all come up with for that. Yeah, we've hired narrative designers specifically for The Legend of Kimori. So we're really excited to see where it goes to. Did I miss anything while I was out of my lunch? Oh yeah, I answered that one for you. What did you mention about ambulance life? Mostly just what we're excited about with the game. Yes, I like it too, but I like the food even more. Why don't you take a photo of the tree? Nice, now we get to see the tree. Oh, good idea. You never know if it'll look this festive again next year. Photo mission! Can you get a picture of the Christmas tree? This year, it's especially beautiful. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Oh, I love nighttime shots. Like, even just look at the okay, the Christmas lights are awesome. I didn't notice those before, the chasing lights. But like the blue star, look at the ambience, the ambient light coming off of that. That's so beautiful. So good looking. All right, I have to make my way back to the estate, I think. Right? No. Where am I going? The Christmas market is supposed to be in the estate, right? I'm on the estate. I'm so confused. Am I just going back home, like directly south? Boxes! I mean, I guess we'll go back to the Kaltenbach estate directly. Christmas markets open up next weekend. Can't wait. Oh, you're gonna have to get me lots of pictures, Undot. I wish I could be there. Looks like this is gonna be the faster way. Question mark? Yeah. The path is right here. Kill man. Let's zoom a little bit. I'm a little confused where I'm supposed to be going. Is it the Kaltenbach estate here? Unless I'm confused that like the Christmas market is somewhere else, but I mean like this looks like the Christmas market. I'll be real. Yeah. Okay, it is. So confused. Oh, look how cute this is, chat! It's so cute! Horsies. Oh, this is so cute. Getrinka! Give me the drinks! Schwiebögen? Ja. Let's go to the other side. I want to take one like kind of from the side, but not, oh, I guess I can't. Okay. Yep, not able to. All right. We're gonna go all the way around.
Nice one.
Nice-oo. This year, everyone at the Christmas market has really outdone themselves. You can view your pictures in the gallery. Did Troy say that he wants a beer from the bar type of drink? I just said I wanted a drink. All right, let's do Sam, and then that'll be it for today. Mika, thanks for convincing Mrs. Kaltenbach to let me build the course. No problem. Is it finished already? Yes, it stands in all its glory. Have any visitors tried it already? Well, no. I want you to be the first one and set a record for visitors to beat. You really think I'm just anyone can beat me in Windstorm? I doubt it. Damn, Mika. That's confidence. I mean, yeah. The course is finalized. You can try it and see if you can set a record for others to beat. Hit as many targets as possible. Don't I have it at every target? Can't skip a target, can I? I was hoping to get a new rig with Black Friday sales, but I bought a new car instead. Oh my god. Noella, that's a big difference. Yeah. Nailed it. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting it now. Because I'm not taking into account that it moves when I'm running. Yeah, I'm getting it. Oh, oh. Trick shot. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Nailed it. Oops. Yeah. Yes! Wow, I'm not sure anyone's gonna beat that record. You can try it anytime you want. Hell yeah, Sam. Don't you ever tell me again! That'll learn you. Did you play Taxi Life? It's really cool. I did play Taxi Life. It's awesome. Okay, all right. You got me. I'll do Maria as well. I've got an idea for the Christmas market. I built a course where you can throw snowballs on targets. Can you try it out? Wait, what? Did I hit the same? Oh, I hit the wrong one. Maria. Mika, the heaters at the airfield have gone out. I bet the cows must have chewed through some cables. Those silly cows. Or did something break during the storm? Is everyone okay there? Yes, the building should keep warm for a little while. Still, I'd like to bring them something. How about a few blankets? That's a good idea. Can you bring them over? Sure, and then I can combine riding out with Windstorm with something useful. Power outage. The heater at the airfield lost power. Can you please bring the people there some blankets to warm them up? I would love to, Gam Gam. I'm kind of curious how she's getting the snowballs. Yeah, that's true. She must have a bag of them. We gotta disband belief a little bit. Okay. Zoom. Oh, my stamina runs out really fast in the storm. Damn. That's crazy. It builds up fast too, though. Okay, that's a pretty cool feature, actually. Is there a mission in this game about delivering a wedding cake? Who's getting married, Smoker? I know Mika and Sam like each other, but I don't think there's any other romantic interests in the game. Well, I don't think a wedding happens. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Leave it to me with a wedding cake, though. I'd probably smash the hell out of it. It would become a cake soup by the time I was done with it. Windstorm must be rolling up the snowballs for her. Can you imagine? That's such a funny image. You know, with his opposable thumbs and everything. All right, we're about halfway there. The storm is not letting up anymore. I thought because we're delivering blankets, it was going to have to be the sleigh or something like that, but I guess not. I don't know where she's storing them. In her hat. 5 left. We got plenty of time. We got a whole minute. Brum, 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 brum. Brum, brum, brum. How far did you get in Taxi Life? I mean, not that far. I like just driving around. I know that like my level up to the progression system was like only a couple of skills I used. I played probably like 5 hours, give or take. I actually really like all of Nakon's games. I love RoboCop. I hate to say it, but Garden Life was really fun. The heating should be working again soon. In the meantime, the blankets should keep them warm. Thank you. You're welcome, Gam Gam. All right, let me take care of Windstorm, and then we can call it a night. Let's go to the paddock. Actually hasn't worn him out that much. He's not even like halfway worn out. That's okay. We'll fully refresh him. Grooming. Whee! Rub the butt, rub the butt, rub the butt, rub the butt. He's so dark that I can't even see what has dirt. Like, it's like just barely tinted a little bit brown. I got the belly scratches. Do the nose. Look what a pretty horse he is. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Wee 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 wee. Wee 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 wee. Again, you can't even tell. I am a living, breathing soundtrack for this game. Who knew there was such a pretty little horse under here? I know. I know, buddy. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh my God, he's got so much dirt on his butt. What are you doing? What have you been getting yourself into, sir?
Now we can see your hide again.
I agree, Windstorm. I concur verily, good sir. Make sure the belly's all good. Damn, it just doesn't end. There's always some dirt. Chest. Okay, all
you should
pretty.
go for a ride with Windstorm.
All pretty. We'll clean his paddock too. Why not? Oh my God, it's like every single one. It's all but one hay pile. Can you kiss him in the game? No, you can pet him though. I can show you that afterwards. You can also play with him in the field. Like you can throw a ball and he'll fetch it. It's actually really cute. I love the addition of the snow on top of the hay. It's a really cute addition. Dreimer. Bye. Eins. Yeah.
That's enough spring cleaning for today, Windstorm.
Away with you. Search for new adventure. Move the hand close to Windstorm and swipe over his body. There are spots on Windstorm's body on which he likes to be stroked the most.
I think that's head and neck.
Rotate the camera to caress Windstorm from both sides. Windstorm already is happy.
Enough cuddling for now. You look totally happy.
Look what a pretty baby he is.
Looks
Cute.
like Windstorm would like
That's
to
the
go
closest
for
you
a
can get,
ride.
Smoker. All right, chat. I think we're gonna call it there. Did I just hear Troy's daughter on the stream? You think I have a daughter? There were subtitles in the game. You think my daughter is inside the game? She's stuck in it like Tron? No, you did not hear my daughter on stream. Thank you everybody for stopping by today. It was really good to see all of you, as old faces as well as a couple of new faces. If you don't already know, we do this every single week, every Friday, same bat time, same bat place. So depending on daylight savings time, of course, it is noon Pacific or it is 9 p.m. Central European time. That's when we are here on Twitch. So you can catch us every single Friday, same time. You can follow us here and then turn on alerts. If you are in the Discord as well, you can go ahead and join the Discord and sign up for the event. You're interested in the event for live stream series, and every time it goes live, Discord will notify you, and then Twitch will notify you, and then you never have to worry about it. We also announce it on social media pretty close to the time as well. Thank you very much for stopping by, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will see you on the flip side. See you next week, chat. And please do not forget to wishlist all of our games. We love you for that. Bye.